It just came so naturally. I had to held both your hands, give you a nice tight hug, and say, I loved you.
Dad was one person that was like, "Nahi, engineer banega." And then I just told him one thing. I was like, "See, I'm gonna build a bridge. The bridge is gonna collapse. Then I'll go to jail, and then you have to get me out." That stuck with him, and he's like, "Okay, no." He clearly knows that he's not gonna be good. He's serious about it. She never treats anyone in a way where you feel like, oh, you're just there to do a job. She makes sure it's a team. So she's always been like, I don't want you to dance for me. I want to dance with you. You just need to work on yourself, and if you're good enough, you'll get it.
Right.
So I've always learned that work hard, be passionate, you're gonna get it.
If you're in company of like-minded people with the right energy, it brings the best out of you.
Go back to history, you have paintings, actual engravings of same-sex relationships actually carved out or written. So then what are these all of a sudden middle people that have come in and be like, oh, this never existed. It's always existed.
Right. Namaskar and welcome to Sonali's Music Room. When a young life inspires you, it becomes a complete different story. And this is what we are going to explore today with a very, very beautiful soul sitting right in front of me. I met them at Sunidhi Chauhan show in DC a couple of months ago. And it was an instant gravity or that magnetic force that this person was holding, that I had to make sure that when I'm here in Bombay next time, I meet them. So I'm just going to give a short intro and then we begin talking with our today's guest. A fierce performer, a bold voice in Indian dance, and the creative force behind some of Sunidhi Chauhan's most unforgettable live performances. If you have been to their workshop, you know they just don't teach dance, they set fire to the floor. Please welcome the unapologetically fierce, rhythmic, fluid, and incredible, talented Kian Gupta. Welcome to Sonali's Music Room, Kian.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I am so happy to see you here in Bombay.
Same. I never thought that just the exchange of words that we had when I met you after the show, and then after that, when you reached out, and I was like, the connection felt very different from that time itself. So happy that we got to connect, and thank you for having me. Such kind words. Thank
Of course, yeah, it's my pleasure, and I share the feeling, right? And it just came so naturally. I had to held both your hands, give you a nice tight hug, and say, I loved you.
Thanks.
I love seeing you perform on the stage. So it is like amazing. You are incredibly gifted.
Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah.
So how did this all start? The interest in dancing and just like mastering the craft. How did it all start?
So, like since I was young, I knew that definitely engineer and doctor though definitely not my scene. And I always moved. I was always around music, and I think everyone around me was quite stunned because in the family nobody had the rhythm or anything close to performing art. So I just would go into a lot of classes at dance, and then dad was one person that was like, "Nahi, engineer banega." And then I just told him one thing. I was like, "See, if you have money for bail, because I'm gonna build a bridge, the bridge is gonna collapse. Then I'll go to jail, and then you have to get me out. And then that stuck with him, and he's like, okay, no, he clearly knows that he's not going to be good. He's serious about it.
Okay.
So then, since then, I just knew I wanted to be something in performing art. It took a while to figure out the direction I wanted to go, but dance was so liberating. It never felt like, oh my God, I'm going to work. And it's also helped pay all the bills that I need to pay. So it just was passion, and it's been that always.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what was the age when you had this interest developing in,
So I think I had done a show called Boogie Woogie
Okay.
when I was 10.
Okay.
And I finished that. I had come third, and Mr. Javed sir, Javed Jaffrey.
Yeah.
So he had taken me to the side, and he's like, I want to meet your parents. So he told mom and dad that do not put him into acting. Don't get him into anything that makes him a child star.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can get very lost, and if you take away a childhood from someone, a lot of core memories don't get created. Yeah,
Right,
you don't want to grow up faster than you're supposed to.
Right.
So at the time, I didn't understand it because I was like, "Mere ko to karna hai." And then when you grow up, you fully understand the concept. So he had a friend of his called Sharmila Kamte, who is very responsible for the dancer that I am today. So that's when I was exposed to the actual world of dance and all styles like jazz, contemporary, and all these things that I never knew existed. All of a sudden, I was this one brown person in this class of just white people. Like, it's a little intimidating at that time because you kind of feel like, do I belong? Do I not belong? But then you just pushed. It was such a warm atmosphere, and she also really pushed me and made me the dancer. And then I think that was my starting point for me taking up dance professionally.
Okay. Okay. So it all began at around age 10, and then and it was all here in India?
It was in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had moved to Dubai early on, and I'd done my schooling there. And I just did those basic, went to Bollywood classes and we'd dance. And then sometimes there's this, now it's become a big thing, but at that time, Global Village was just introduced. And it was way smaller than what they do now.
Okay.
But I just performed there, jaise hote hai na, like small group of kids just go. So we'd perform at the Indian Pavilion there. And Boogie Woogie had come down to Dubai because they wanted to do a special there. So they were shooting. And I was interested, but I was not sure that I was going to audition. We are not going to go audition actually. And then while leaving at night, the dance teacher, who is Mr. Kumar, he had come back and he was running to my parents. He's like, please take him for the audition regardless. And I was like, okay, let's go. So my parents took me. I was a small little, very tiny, always short since I was very young. Didn't grow much after that. But so they took me to the audition. It went really well for some reason. I was like, oh, okay. And then for 2-3 months, we didn't hear anything.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I remember I was doing this math problem, and my dad was, of course, screaming at me because me and math don't go together.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
And then he got a call, and it was the production house, and they were like, what? Like, we would like to have your son. And I was like, I was not gonna get it. And then that happened, and we flew down to Bombay.
Okay.
And then the entire process, so we shot like 4 episodes in 2 days, got that done.
Okay.
And then once I went back was when he told me, this is who you go, you train, and then that's how it happened. Yeah.
Ah, nice. Nice, very nice. And see also, right, where this inspiration comes from. Right, one, that you have that little zeal and just being there, and performing. There's no conscious thoughts, right? But then comes such force, example, Javed Jafri ji,
Yes.
right? That he sees that spark in
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and then they help you build your
Yeah.
future in a way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't come that easily, but then if
Yeah.
it is spotted and if it
Yeah.
is pursued,
Yeah.
then happens Kian Gupta.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. So then when did Bombay happen?
So Bombay happened when I auditioned for the show called So You Think You Can Dance. So they
Who can
had
dance?
So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, so you think you can
Yeah,
dance?
so
Okay.
it's originally it comes from the US show, and I
Right.
think India had got its franchise at that time.
Uh-huh.
And I'd auditioned for it. I got called to Bombay, do my audition process and all of that, and it didn't work out for some reason. And but at that time, I had run into Terrence, Mr. Terrence Lewis, and he was like, "Why don't you come and train? And it would be a nice experience." And at that time, I had just moved to Kolkata at that time for
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay.
And you kind of reach this point of what do I do? At the age of 18, you're like, where do I go? All of a sudden, you're not a child anymore, you're an adult and you have to make these decisions of life.
Right.
And I wasn't sure of do I take a gap year or do I go to college? All those things come to you. And I'd already started working by then, so I was already earning enough. So at that time, your mind also plays that if you're already earning, why do you need college? Yeah, so that kind of comes in. And sadly, India does not have that much opportunity for studying performing art. We don't have proper degrees that you have, at least for learning styles like jazz or ballet or contemporary or having dance degrees. Or even acting degrees that are recognized by people. So my initial thing was, okay, let's go outside. But then I was like, no, I think I'm working fine. So then I was like, okay, let's move and let's take this risk and move out, be by myself. So I moved to Bombay 10 years back and never regretted that decision. I think you learn so much from it. Yeah.
Right. I've recently read your post about being in Bombay, Mumbai. That's
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to call, for 10 good years.
Yeah.
And the post was full of gratitude,
Yeah.
which was very nice to read because it doesn't matter how you are being shaped, but that gratefulness actually takes you a long way, right? And and you actually pour your heart in.
Yeah.
Right? So that's pretty good to know, and I'm glad things kind of kept moving up for you. You met some of the big names in the industry at early on, and that definitely kind of helps
It
in
does.
growing, right?
It does. I
Okay.
mean, you have, and it's also when I met them, they gave me the right advice. Yeah, they could easily not choose to give me any advice and be like, figure it out on your own, because it can be a very cutthroat industry where everyone's for themselves. But the biggest thing that I learned from meeting whoever I met was that there is place for everyone. It's just how hard you work. If tomorrow you don't get an opportunity, it's not because someone's better than you or there is malice behind it. It is just that it was not meant for you. You just need to work on yourself, and if you're good enough, you'll get it.
Right.
So I've always learned that early on from whoever I've met. They've always instilled that work hard, be passionate, you're gonna get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something to learn about, right? Like if you're following your passion, you have to be at it. I recently watched this movie called Metro Indino, and in that Imtiaz Ali Saab says he plays a small role in that movie, and he says like, "Bas chipke rehna." So I think chipke rehna matlab just keep working hard, right? And of course, you have so many artists that you work with are inspiring enough as well. So there's a lot of force, that lot of energy that comes from all directions, and your fellow dancers and choreographers, I see you have a very beautiful bond with them.
Yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
So,
You can name names,
yeah.
you know, yeah.
When I was younger, I'd seen this interview by Selena Gomez, and she had said something that's always stuck with me. She had said, "You are who you surround yourself with." And that became such a core part of my thinking process. So that's how I make my friends. Does this person elevate my presence? Does this person challenge me in ways? Yeah, because I also believe if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. Yeah, so you should always have something to learn from someone else, regardless of whether that be a relationship, a friendship, your parents, anyone, your co-workers. You should always have something to learn. It's a very give and take, but in a very nice way.
Right.
So, all my friends, of course, when you move into the city, you're figuring stuff out. And sometimes the industry, it's either good or it's bad. That's there everywhere. And now I've reached this point. People, especially like Yash Kadam, he is one of the youngest people that I had met.
Okay.
And we met on the set of this music video for Bobby Newberry. He's an artist from the US, and we were doing this music video, and we bonded over something so stupid. There was someone that just was so into themselves, and we just looked at each other by chance, and we rolled our eyes, and we looked, and then we instantly bonded, and now he's one of my roommates who I actually stay with. And so with time, these certain dancers, Sherlyn Fernandez, who's also the choreographer for Miss Sunidhi Chauhan. So she also, I had met randomly when I'd come home. She was a friend of someone else that I was staying with, and she was just down in the split and just stretching, and I was like, who is this person? And we instantly bonded, and all my friendships have come from such random meets of unexpected situations. And now most of my closest people are people that I stay with, and I've stayed with them for now 7 years. We live in the same house. So the house is just a dancer's nest.
Okay.
Yeah, we are all doing different things, but we all learn from each other.
Okay.
And so Yash, especially recently, he's been doing great kick-ass work, and it makes me so happy. Even though he's younger than me, a lot of people go like, "Arey, how is someone so young?" And it easily goes into the space of jealousy for a lot of people. But it just makes me proud, because he recently got to work with Guru Randhawa. Yeah, he also got to work with Wish, the Indian girl group, which is very new. So to see him do so well also inspires me, makes me want to work harder. But yeah, it's all good spaces.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So again, you have to, if you're in, in the company of like-minded people with the right energy, it brings the best out of you.
Yeah.
And so you were meant for this, is what it makes me think. Let's sum it up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how many style of dances did you formally train, and or did you just pick up on the go?
So, of course, it all started with Bollywood. Yeah, the desiness in me was there. And then after Boogie Woogie, we went into actually training into very serious dance forms that I didn't know that existed, like contemporary, jazz, ballet, and even ballet. So my teacher saw it in me. I didn't know. I was just like, this is going to be boring. And being a typical boy, who does ballet? Yeah, that was the mindset at that time. But then she's like, no, I'm going to give you a scholarship. You're going to go do it. Yeah, even if it's once a week. So I went in and I did it. And I fell in love with it. Like, something that I did not see happening totally happened. And yeah, my training went on. So as the thing got more intense, I fell more and more and more in love with it and just kept training. I think till date, I still train. I'd never call myself a master, even if I have degrees and stuff that say it or certificates. I'd never say it because I always want to train. There's always space to grow, and there's always something new that's there.
Yeah.
And then only do you have something new to offer.
Right.
Constantly.
That's true. Yeah.
So yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So, coming to Sunidhi Chauhan, right?
Yeah.
When choreographing, I think you assist her most
The
of her
main choreographer,
concerts
yeah.
as well, right? To her powerful vocal. Now, as you know, my channel is called Sonali's Music Room.
Yeah.
So it's the music that we, emphasize, enhance, and I just would love to, and that's why I had been very keen that we have a choreographer coming onto our show,
Yeah.
so that we can explore the music and the choreography, how it blends together, how you kind of listen to each of the note. And
Yeah.
I wanted to learn from a dancer or choreographer's point of view, what does music, bring, onto the show or into their life? Like, how do they reflect to it?
Yeah, so music, of course, it's something that gets you moving. Yeah, it can elevate your mood totally. It can help you. It's like therapy, honestly, and it's free therapy in a way because you have access to it everywhere.
Right.
So with the shows in particular, one thing that when working with her, she never treats anyone in a way where you feel like, oh, you're just there to do a job. She makes sure it's a team. So she's always been like, I don't want you to dance for me. I want to dance with you. I don't want you to be the background for me.
Right.
Yeah, we all make this show, and it's such a visual representation that we put out. We are adding visuals to the music. Yeah, we are bringing them to life because that is what a concert's supposed to do technically. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, you could still hear the same artist back at home. Just go on your Apple Music or Spotify or anything and just listen to them. Why do you have to come to a concert? A concert, you pay money to see the music come to life, to hear all of it. So that was always the goal. And of course, everything, we work on it together. We go through a million ideas. We see what works. Because of course it's also a lot of trial and error. Sometimes we think it looks good, we do it on stage, doesn't really work, then we go back into the rehearsal space, again work on it, and it's always changing. Even the show that you came to see is a much upgraded version than our first show that we did. So it's constantly changing because also we learn so many new things. There's so many new ideas that come to our head. So yeah.
So how is Sunidhi creative? Because she's also such a great dancer. I think she trained herself to be where she is today. I totally saw a huge amount of time, commitment, hard work being put right there. I came inspired. I talked about her with pretty much all close friends of mine, including my team here in India. And so how is she involved creatively when it comes to putting a choreography piece together? Like, she just trusts you guys completely, or she has some pointers as well?
Oh, she has. We also make sure that we ask her. So, first of all, I'd give credit to Sherlyn. I think Sherlyn, a lot of people don't know, before we started using dancers for the set, Sherlyn was training with her for at least 3 years. Yeah, because it wasn't a space of like, yeah, let's just start using dancers and this is what we need. No, she wanted to learn dancing. So even a lot of these technical terms that we have in dance, she knows them.
Okay.
Yeah, so besides the choreography that you see on stage, she's training. She's actually training, going through technique, going through a lot of these drills that make dancers. Yeah. So she is working on a different scale, and that is why it translates very different.
Right.
A lot of artists just go learn choreography and do it. But why does a dancer stand out differently when dancing? That's because of the technique and everything that you learn, because it's a skill that you work on slowly, right?
Right.
So she's working on the actual basics of it and then learning choreography, which totally enhances the level. So
Right.
definitely Sherlin's done a crazy job with her,
right.
and they still do. They still train even in between the tour. We still did classes in between to make sure our bodies are in top-notch condition.
Right.
Yeah, and in terms of choreography, she'll notice the smallest thing. She's there in every rehearsal. It's not like she comes in, oh yeah, I'll learn differently and then I'll just join the dancers on stage. Sometimes that can happen.
Right.
Yeah, because schedules don't work, but she makes sure that her schedule works in a way that she's seeing even the creation process. If she's not there, she'll be like, oh, I want to see a video, how's the king and everything. And we'll also be like, no, we want to know your input, because in the end of the day, it's your show.
Right.
It's your songs.
Right.
You have the vision and it has to be your vision.
Right.
So even like the smallest things of, in case in a rehearsal, I've done an extra head. It's things that people don't see or notice. Or even on stage, sometimes the adrenaline is so much. There's just small things that happen just out of performance. We'll sit at feedback and she'll be like, you know what? I really like that. Why don't we add this to a show? So not only is she performing, but she's also noticing everything that's happening around her. She'll notice the smallest of changes, even with costumes. She'll be like, okay, why don't we use this fabric? Or I want you to be in this color with me. So she's part of every single detail, from the visuals to lighting to where's the placement of the stage.
Okay.
Everything, she is the main leader, and of
Right.
course we are always there to guide and bring that vision that she has to life.
Right. Right. And I suppose that, like when you kind of blend in with your team,
Yeah.
that whole body language, right? The way you connect, the way you hold, like some of those things which was done, like
Yeah.
you're proposing to
Yeah,
her,
yeah.
and she's like, if I remember it correctly, she's kicking you, and like
Yeah,
there are
that's
so
all of
many,
that.
and it looks so damn real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it only happens when you kind of work towards bonding with each
Yeah.
of them, and
Yeah.
and like even after the show, like sitting next to you guys eating just
Yeah.
a regular khana, there was no starry
Yeah.
attitude in her.
Yeah.
So these things do kind of come together and work
Yeah.
better with the team members as well.
For sure. She is one of the most humblest people I've ever met. And I think that's another thing I always take from her, that regardless of how big you get, because she's been doing this for a long time.
Right.
She is legendary where she is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
easily, like anyone can be an absolute diva about it. But she is far from that.
Yes.
She's so involved with us, and even the entire team, honestly, like when you go on tour, it can easily be a very like lonely space. You're away from home, you're away from family,
Right.
you're so many miles away.
Right.
But here, everyone felt like family. Everyone's checking in. We're meeting at breakfast. We're working out together. We're going seeing places on our days off, or we're working on the show on our days off. Everything, because every venue is also different. So it's so I'm blessed that I get to be a part of this experience in the team. And again, it goes to the artist, because when the artist cares about the team, that definitely reflects on
The
the team
synergy is different,
and
right?
the ambience. And I think that is why the show is what it is, because of the artist, because she treats everyone
Yeah,
so well.
mind you, I have not seen a show like that. I do go watch a lot of American artists as well, when, but Sunidhi's show was different. And I'm glad you brought the word diva, because I did tell people that that's an understatement for Sunidhi Chauhan. It's not. She like diva is a very small word for her. Yeah, she is
Yeah.
like beyond. I don't know what she is. But she's powerful.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, very powerful. So besides Sunidhi, who else have you worked with?
So I have worked with Jacqueline. Yeah, Jacqueline Fernandez.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got to do a bit of training, like private training. So I got to train her for a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to work with Pashmina Roshan. Yeah.
Okay.
So again, bit of private training there, and mostly it's been such a good experience also to work with other people, different energies. But I've been very lucky to always work with people on the same level of energy as me, and learning that quality is the most important thing. So,
Right.
because easily people go into this space of, yeah, no, we just got to make sure that this comes out, especially in today's time. Everyone runs behind a quicker thing, but everyone that I've had the opportunity to work with has always been about, even if this is going to take time, let's really focus on getting it right than just running behind a quick result. So,
Right.
yeah, it's been these guys that I've worked with so far.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a word called tehrao,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that matches, of course. It's we in musical
Yeah.
term, it's used very frequently.
Yeah.
But the tehrao in personality to kind of be the best,
Yeah.
bring the best in you.
Yeah.
It kind of definitely works, and
sure.
yeah, I'm glad that you do work with and with artists who are so committed to perfecting
Yeah.
themselves. So, and it also it makes you more interested, right? And there are so many things you could explore. You
Yeah.
can experiment, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think these artists also open up a different spectrum to you, because they are what they are in the public eye, but they are humans in the end of the day. And how they handle things with grace at the worst of situations, and how important it is to treat people. I think that's the biggest thing I learned, because in the end of the day, you will only be remembered for how you treat someone.
Right.
So, learning all these other things that aren't so involved with the creative process that actually shape you. Because honestly, how you treat someone is how much work you'll get in the future.
Right.
Because that's when the recommendations and all of that, oh, I think you'd be good. So all of that comes in much later. But yeah, I think even creatively, I think there's so much that you learn from them, because again, everyone has different perspectives to so many things, and you go in with this certain process and you hear music a certain way, and then someone else might come in and be like, no, what if you tried XYZ? And then you're like, oh wait, there is this side to it, and then you go like, oh, okay, maybe I can try this.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Let's talk more about the music, right?
Yeah.
Because that's one piece that I always like to emphasize. So what are the rhythm pattern that you always fall for? Like, you have a huge fun, because you see music has
Yeah.
like, it can start from just a word sa, right? So it goes into the high rhythmic pattern, and then that's where choreography gets more interesting, right?
Yeah.
So what music means to you, and how do you experiment in your own practices and choreographies and all that?
For me, it is all about what the singer wants to say, or what the tone is. Yeah. That is the primary focus of what you bring to life.
Okay.
Because a lot in today's time, I feel like a lot of people don't really listen to what an artist is saying lyrically, or what, because they're just doing the most random things,
Right.
and it just doesn't work. And why it doesn't work is because there's no connection. And compared to older times, where they still run till today, because everyone had so much of thought process, there wasn't this process of this needs to be out now. So whatever happens, happens, and we put it out.
Right.
As you said, that was Terra. If it's not good enough, we're not going to put it out.
Right.
It has to have this balance.
Right.
So the same way, I think, so the Azara Unholy performance in particular, that is one thing that I got to choreograph for the show, and Sherlyn was so lovely to trust me with it. And it was my third draft of choreographing it.
Okay.
So easily we could have gone for the first two, but it just didn't feel right. You have to listen. So I like to listen to sometimes the music, what the beat is doing, how it's making my body move. But more than that, a lot of people find it more fun when it's more high beat and all that. I love listening to the slowness.
Okay.
Because the slowness is the hardest part to be in. How do you engage someone in something slow?
Right.
Because that is when you're the most vulnerable.
Right.
Right? Because you have nothing to do. How do you stand there and still sell it
Right.
to someone? Or how do you just hold a pose?
Right.
Because that is when every flaw can be seen. Yeah, you don't have speed to cover up anything. You're just standing there.
Right.
So I like looking for those pockets and working in those because I love that space. I think if you can be good in those spaces, then the rest is a piece of cake.
But then how can there be a super cool performance like Lucky Boy happens?
Lucky Boy for us is a highlight, and it was Sunidhi that went on to be like, I want to showcase my dancers, because not a lot of people have the thing of they have their shows and it runs as it is, but as I said, our show is about everyone, even from the band to the backup vocalist. Everyone makes the show the show.
Right.
And of course, that came in also as a place where she was like, I want to change outfits. So how do we keep the crowd entertained and while I change and not be there on stage? And she had the faith in us, her dancers, and be like, I think you all can hold them together
Right.
while I'm not there. I think I have a good bunch of dancers. And be like, you sure? And then it was this pressure because now the actual star of the evening
Right.
has gone to change outfits. So now what if people don't like us? Because easily people can be like, oh, let's get on our phone. She's not there on stage. But that's never been the case. So we were happy, and all the dancers, they represent such different things. So even when we made their solos and everything we wanted it to be who they are. So even from costumes, the dancers select their costumes. We designed their outfits.
Oh.
So Sherlyn, who is the choreographer, is also the main person who stitched our outfits.
Oh, wow.
So all the outfits of the show were stitched by Sherlyn. She has a brand called Kaya.
Okay.
And she's made all the outfits of all the dancers for all the shows.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite that's visionary.
Yeah.
Right.
She's insane. I don't know how she does it, but like even when we were in during tour, there was a certain outfit that was had malfunctioned for most of us. It just wasn't working.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're doing so many shows, after a certain while, there will be tears that happen in your outfits.
Right.
So she's with her sewing machine. She sat all night and sewed all 8 costumes for all dancers for us to wear
Oh, nice.
during the tour. So yeah, there's a lot of attention to detail there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, you guys were simply so good. I'm like, I still have that live feeling, right? So I mean, if just coming together and putting out an show like that,
Yeah.
with or with or without the star of the night,
Yeah.
it's quite a thing. And
Yeah.
so what would that look like if you had okay, what would it look like if you had to express your journey through a dance move, or you're welcome to perform, or a routine, like how would you, what is that one performance that that says, okay, this is me?
I think Ishq Sufiana, which is what you see on stage, yeah?
Right.
So that is one routine that it's improvisation. It's not set.
Yeah.
So it changes mostly through every show. We've not choreographed it, and I just move to how I feel on stage. Uh, and it comes from a very real place. Once I step in and that light hits, I'm a very different person
You're in the zone.
off stage.
Uh,
And when I'm on stage, I think who Kian is comes alive then. Yeah.
okay.
So that is one part of the show that is never choreographed. And like for some shows, as you probably for DC, I got on my knees and you saw me proposing to ma'am. But on other occasions, we'll just look at each other and we'll smile. And then there are some times where it can be so emotional because it's such an intimidating feeling at that time.
Right.
Because you are performing for such a crowd and you want to get them in.
Right.
But for us on that stage, it's just us. And we're just performing for each other and just enjoying that moment. So there have been times where I'm just like teary-eyed from the entire thing, and I'm just like, it's like tears are falling. So that is the most real I've been on stage.
And how do you lead Sunidhi to perform along with you?
She's a pro. I think sometimes she leads us
Oh, yeah?
because again, as I said, she's someone that's done it for so long. She just knows the ins and outs, and we just follow. And sometimes she follows as well. So it's never a thing of I am greater than you. Yeah. So
Yeah, there's no ego.
There's no ego. There's
Right.
no ego,
Okay.
and that is why she's one of the easiest people to work with, and that is why we are so inspired by her.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Very interesting. I have to go back and see that performance now.
Yeah.
So, Kia, another thing which is like a bit off the topic, but I'm very, very, keen to highlight it. And I think as a responsible citizen, everybody should talk about different subjects and,
Yes.
see how one can come together to build a better community.
Yeah.
Right. And I do see that, again, don't kill me for it, but I do follow you.
Yeah.
Okay. I follow your, most of your posts.
Yeah.
And it just amazes me how well rounded and grounded you are as a person.
Thank you.
Okay. Very rarely such quality is, built in humans, especially today.
Yeah.
Right. So going back to the question that I wanted to ask you, I do see that you support LGBTQ community.
Of course.
And I want to ask you, how are the artists in this league doing here in the industry?
Yeah.
And what is the kind of support and what is the kind of encouragement you get from filmmakers or, art performers, and let's go with that and then I'll ask you.
So when it comes to the industry, I still feel we are well behind in terms of making advancement because which a lot of people don't think that if anyone has to play a gay or a lesbian role, they go to straight actors or actresses to play that. But if a gay actor or actress wants to play a straight role, they'll be like, oh no, you're too gay to do that. And that's a thought that doesn't strike a lot of people's head, that how is someone not too straight to play a gay role? Yeah. So it's about acting, it's about stepping into a different space. Someone that is doing crazy good job right now is Shashant Divkikar, also known as Rani Kohinoor.
Right.
She is amazing because a crazy talented voice. She can sing as a male and a
yes.
female, and she can switch it up.
Right.
Then in there, she is one of the most celebrated drag queens in the country.
Right.
She's also openly talked about the trans community and how important it is to support the art that comes out, because a lot of people don't see that actual creativity that goes on in most of these spaces of where art actually comes from is from the LGBTQ community. And literally, if you want the best fashion advice as well, you gotta come to us, and it's very important because in the end, love is love, right? Why
Right.
do we have to be like, oh, you cannot love this person? Yeah, because
Right.
if you go back to history, you have paintings, you have actual engravings of same sex relationships actually carved out or written. So then, what are these all of a sudden middle people that have come in and be like, oh, this never existed? It's always existed.
Right.
It's just phobia. And a lot of people are scared of having that conversation
Right.
because it's all a conversation. The
Right.
more you put, no, this is who I am, that's also not going to work.
Right.
It's a conversation of constant learning. And there's always, as I said, there's always space for everyone. It's just about being a little more open to be like, yeah, let's give this a shot.
Right.
Yeah, that
Right.
doesn't mean that it changes you. Yeah, a lot of people are like, array, what if I have a gay friend or a bisexual friend or whatever? That will make people question. I don't think so.
No.
Because it doesn't change who you are. It just means that you can be friends with another human.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think the most funniest thing that made me challenge my mind was very long ago, I saw this Facebook post of two people behind this X-ray like screen, and they were either they were hugging or they were kissing or they were holding hands or just standing looking at each other. And this could be a straight couple, this could be a lesbian couple, or just sisters, or just old people, or just anything. And all you saw on that screen was skeletons. And then you could not guess who it was. So whenever they'd come out, all you saw, then you get to see who it was.
Right.
And then it made you question your thought that if you strip away everything and you just come down to bone, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, you're just a human.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
massive-
skeleton.
Yeah.
So that made me question of what does society kind of ingrain in you and teach, even like with identity. Yeah, the day you're born, you're already given your main things. You're told which religion you're supposed to follow. You're told which colors you're supposed to like.
Right.
You're given your name,
Right.
the biggest thing. Yeah, so you are already living an identity created by someone else. So you don't really explore who you are or who you can be.
Right.
So that's always been a space of where I think that there is so much growth yet, because we're so like this. But now I think it's changing. Can it be better? Yes. Of course, we can always be better.
Right.
But I would maybe like it a little faster than where it is.
Because this is a medium, this is a platform where we can, do a, shout out, you
Yeah.
can call for action, right?
Yeah.
That how can one change in order to be accepting and working towards, towards building the life of one another,
I think just it starts with a conversation. Yeah, don't be afraid. If there's something that you don't know, just talk. Talk to the person, get the knowledge. A lot of the times these phobias or whatever that we come across is mostly based out of fear of not having enough knowledge.
Right.
The more you know about something, the more you learn. Yeah, even with me, with the entire community, there are times where I don't know a lot of things. And I do not want to offend someone, but I will, of course, go and ask them and be like, hey, what does this mean? Where do you
Keep the
stand
mind
on this?
open, right?
So you have to, and it doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything.
Right.
You can agree to disagree, yeah,
Right.
because everyone has different opinions
Right.
and different ways of how they've brought up.
Right.
But again, it's a space, and there's enough space for everyone to coexist in peace and harmony.
True. Right.
So, comes down to that.
Yeah, be accepting.
Yeah, for
Be
sure.
accepting. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one life. All humans, just like Kian explained so very well, we are
Thank
all
you.
mass and bones.
Yeah.
Nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
So just be accepting and make, just keep working towards building a better world.
Yeah.
That's what we are born for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so what's the future for Kian? A big Bollywood dream or
That is a very scary question whenever someone asks, what is the future? I think for me right now, it is just to be in the right shape and make sure that I'm taking care of the body, because we are also aging with time. And a lot of people, when they're young, they don't understand that,
Right.
oh, abhi to ho jayega, hum to jawan hai. Well, that doesn't happen. If you want to have a long, sustained career, especially as a dancer, because physically we do a lot of stuff, yeah?
It's quite
Ballet
straining.
dancers abroad, mostly, they retire by the age of 25 and they're done. So whatever they have to make,
There's a short,
is very short-lived.
short
And when they retire, their bodies are broken beyond, they're injured beyond, because they're doing such crazy things. So a lot of people don't even look at dance. Arey, it's a hobby, especially in India. They look at, arey, yaar, naachte ho, theek hai. But actually, kya karte ho? That's the first question. And we're like, no, I think it pays the bills fine. Yeah. So there is that, I think, just focusing on well-being, and as long as Sunidhi has me be a part of the team, explore that. And then eventually I want to travel the world. I want to teach in different places. That is something that I want to do, because a lot of people were like, why didn't you teach this time when you were on tour? A lot of people don't also understand of how exhausting it can be
is,
and
yes.
taxing.
Right.
And when I do teach, which I'm working towards, I want to dedicate my time fully to it and not be in half a mind ki, okay, I need to get back, pack my bags post class and run and catch my flight. That cannot be, because if for me teaching is
ठहराव के साथ.
exactly, because then you can have fun. Yeah,
Right.
you can't be on the go all the time.
Right.
You have to have the space where you're giving, and teaching is a very underpaid job. I'll say. I think our teachers, even in schools, are so underpaid because their jobs are not 9 to 5. It does not end. They still have to go back home. They're still correcting books and papers. They're making class plans for the next day. And a lot of people, I get to say this because my mother was a teacher. So I got to see her not finishing her job even after finishing it.
Right.
She'd come back home and she'd still work. And they are actual heroes, honestly, because especially shout outs to mothers and teachers. They go beyond their roles and not given as much credit as they should. So when I'm in that space and I'm teaching, I need to make sure I'm giving the right knowledge. I'm making it a safe space for people to feel safe. Regardless of who you are, you need to feel safe to move freely. Yeah, because dance is an expression. You shouldn't be scared of me in a class. It has to feel, and I want you to take something good away from class. So if I'm exhausted, I'm not going to be able to give that. So hopefully I get to work on a way that I can travel the world and teach and share my views and my art with people. So that's a future I look forward to.
Nice, yeah. This makes me think that how prepared the generation today is. There is no, like, you're breaking all the general norms and you are so willing to explore different techniques and well thought designed, like a well planned programs, so that there is a storytelling there as well. That you're not just teaching someone dance, you're
Yeah.
teaching them to be a storyteller,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In the right manner,
Yeah.
with the, yeah. So, how young is your youngest student, and how old is your oldest? I'm very curious to know that.
I have students that go up to 40 for sure. I also have recently had someone that come into my class and she was only 8. And I was like, 20 years younger than me. Wow.
Oh, you
This,
don't make yourself feel so old, because you just right age, and you're just, and
I
it's it.
mean,
Age is just a number.
it is a number, but for the
Yeah.
body, sometimes it's not a number.
You cannot be talking about it, because off the camera, I think I have something to disclose. And so, yeah.
Yeah,
All
no,
right. So before we bring an end to this
yeah.
conversation, we have a segment called Rapid Fire,
Okay.
which is fun, which is like just getting to getting have some instant,
Replies,
answers,
yeah.
and also it helps explore
Yeah.
the host and the guest,
Yeah.
on their way of thinking.
Yeah.
And so who's hold on. Okay, yeah. Which choreographer is your dream collab?
Brian Friedman. So he's someone that's worked with Britney Spears
Right.
and Janet Jackson and all of them.
Right.
And he's someone that I connect the most to. He's crazy insane, one of the strictest people that I know.
Okay.
So I'd be terrified to step into his workspace
Okay.
for sure. But
Okay.
yeah, dream collaboration to just learn from him for sure.
Nice, nice. And Sunidhi Chauhan in one word.
Queen.
Yes, yes, absolutely. One song you would choreograph blindfolded.
Azara by Sunidhi Chauhan for sure. Because yeah, no, that song just doesn't. It can never age. It has always felt ahead of its time. I know the song in and out like no tomorrow,
Right.
and it's another song that just feels like it's me. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And one dance style you think is overrated?
I think twerking.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't understand it. I don't have the booty for it for sure. Because I think people just they're doing it a bit. It's just so in your face now. It's just everywhere, and I think again take it back a notch. Learn about it. Learn about its culture and history and everything, and do it where it makes sense, because now it's everywhere. Even if it doesn't make sense, people just are like, oh yeah, I'm twerking. It's like, no, you're not.
Okay.
Do it properly, because I think it's just everywhere and it's done so wrongly, because it's beautiful when done right. So I'm waiting for it to kind of be a little, I'll fall into trouble for it, but I don't care. So it's okay.
Okay. That's cool. I like तुम पंगे लेना ले सकते
I
हो,
mean, again, it's
I
my
like the way
opinion,
you
right?
just
So it's okay.
bring out the courage to speak things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a free world again.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. The weirdest place you have practiced a routine?
The
Bathroom.
washroom. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There are times when we've made the choreography on the day, and then there is this thing of I need to remember this before I go on stage. So yeah, the washroom for sure is one place I have done. I've slipped also while doing it, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without dance, what would you be?
I think a chef. Yeah, so I love cooking. It's a very happy space for me. It is my way of therapy. Like even when I do house parties or anything, if there are 80 people, I don't care. I'm cooking for everyone.
Oh, wow.
Like from scratch. I won't even allow someone to be like, you cut the vegetables or whatever for me. I will do everything from scratch.
Oh, wow.
I'm very hands-on with cooking. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. So I have one question which won't go into the rapid
Yeah.
fire, but it will. So I watch you perform with those high
Yeah.
heels. How do you balance? I mean, I saw other dancers dancing bare feet or with their sneakers on or a small heels, but you had the tallest height there.
Yeah.
How do you?
So I again, it's my thought. I think dancing in heels is way easier than walking in them. Yeah, a lot of people have this stigma of, yeah, heels, you're gonna be wobbling on them. No, I think just
I
go
want
on
to
heads
try
on.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because again, heels is an accessory. A lot of people, they kind of add a gender, as we spoke earlier, yeah, that this is only for a man, this is only for a woman. But a lot of people, if you go back to history, heels were first worn by men.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, and it was used during wars so that they
Yeah.
could see further distances. And then it hurt the male ego when women started to wear it, and they were like, "Hame nahi pehna. Why should we wear something women are wearing?" And then women were very smart about it. They made it look less ugly. They made it look sexier. They were like, okay, let's match and pair and have different versions of it.
Right.
But then very few people understood that it's just an accessory. So whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. I think heels bring out a certain sense of confidence in a
True.
person. They really change up your personality. Like if I'm a very different person on heels, and I'm a very different person just in sneakers. So yeah,
Nice. One last question.
yeah,
I'll put this on the rapid fire.
yeah.
Your your to go song.
Oh, there are many that are popping in my head, but right now I'm obsessed with the song called Golden, which is by in this new K-pop
K-pop?
Demon
K-pop.
Hunters,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
currently come out. That song is just it just makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
When I even like if someone hasn't seen that movie, I think you should, because even if it's animated, I think it's such a good movie for adults because the message and the underlying things to it. It talks about facing your own demons, and the song is very uplifting. It's doing really well in the world as well. So I think that's my go-to song right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Kian,
Yeah.
what an interesting conversation. I absolutely loved your clear way of thinking things.
Thank you.
Being very straightforward,
Yeah.
where certain things needs to be, some messages needs to go across.
Yeah.
At very young age,
Oh, thank
you are young. He's so young, and I just don't know why he thinks like, can I tell your age? On
Yeah,
the
of
camera?
course, I'm
Okay.
28.
So he's just 28,
Yeah.
and he thinks that he is aging. I mean, are you kidding me? No. 28 is just the beginning of being a young person.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
as
for sure.
the numbers goes up, you'll
Yeah.
have more realization to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, and one day we'll sit down and have a conversation.
For sure.
Okay?
For sure.
On the age. We'll
Yeah,
write
yeah.
a story again.
Done.
Okay?
Done.
Yeah. So yeah, at a very young age, you have already, had have written your story is what I feel. And it's just so wonderful to meet you, sit with you, and have this conversation. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for having
being
me.
on Sonali's Music Room.
Thank you.
Before we end this, oh, before we end, we have to ask Kian a message for the young, inspiring dancers, choreographers. What is that you would like to part with?
I would just say, keep pushing. A lot of people are going to say no. A lot of people will make you doubt yourself. A lot of people will be like, it's not your time, or it will never be your time. And I think just take that as fuel and prove them wrong. Yeah. Patience is virtue, and you will make something for yourself if you work the right way and the smart way. Yeah. As long as you're not harming anyone, it's all good. It's all love. Just do what you want to do with absolute passion. That's all.
And how has it been being on Sonali's music room?
It was fun. First of all, I was really looking forward to this when you reached out, and as I said, the connection was very different from get-go when I first met you backstage. From the very first hug, from the very first hello, your smile was so warm, and I just knew that there is something here. There's definitely a connection here, which I'm so glad that we got to meet, and I'm sure that we'll get to have many more conversations in the future.
Yes, and I want to see you. I want to attend all your, all your
Come,
concerts, wherever in
come.
the world we
Come
are.
to class
If
someday.
Kian, maybe someday. Next
Yeah.
time I'll come with a longer time.
Done.
But yeah, I would love to do a workshop with you,
Done.
a class with you.
Done.
Yeah, we want you to dance today if it's possible. We have music, we have speaker, right? Yeah, let's do a small gig. Correct? Not ready, but okay. So we'll have to now
I'll give you
rain check.
clips. I'll give you clips. You
Okay.
can use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's a rain check. That means
Yeah.
we will keep meeting.
Because I'd bring my heels and everything.
Ah.
I'd give you an actual show if we had to.
Yes, we have to do that. All right. Okay, we'll do that for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
It's wonderful to have this conversation with you. Many a times I don't get to be so relaxed in a conversation, and you made this whole experience very different. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
With that, we come to the end of this episode of Sonali's Music Room podcast. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this conversation with Kian Gupta. And until then, keep being a good person that you are. Even if it's difficult, keep being who you are and just bring the best out of you, because that's the inspiration I'm taking from this young man here. And see you later. Namaskar.